Hey guys, back again. Alright, so I'm about to do the Halloween look in this video that you just saw. First you're going to color your eyebrows in. I did mine purple. And then I did my eyes half orange and half purple. And I used the Creative Me 1 palette from Coastal Scents, and then I put Starcrushed minerals over it. I used the Great Pumpkin for the orange part. And actually the part that I put over the purple wasn't Starcrushed minerals because I don't have a purple Starcrushed minerals. I cannot remember what that purple was. But anyways, now I'm coloring my little triangles in. And I'm adding more eyeshadow because I decided that it wasn't dark enough. Or not dark enough, but big enough, I guess. And now I'm just doing the detailing from the triangles on my eyes, extending the lines, making it look creepier and, I don't know, more pumpkin-y and more clown-like, I guess, if you could say. And so now I'm going to do the nose part. I'm just coloring it in. I guess, I don't know, to make it look like like a skeleton or something. I don't know, I was just looking off of other, like, creepy Halloween pictures, and I just, like, picked and chose, like, noses and things that I liked, eyes and a mouth. So, I just kind of, like, compiled a bunch of stuff together. This mouth took a long time, actually, because I wasn't sure when I started out what I was gonna do, and I kind of just, I don't know, I had to, like, clip a lot of this part off because it just took so long, because I was just taking forever, I guess, I don't know why. So I'm just adding and adding and adding. I just wanted it to look like a really messed up, like, pumpkin, I guess, like a jack-o'-lantern, but, like, not a traditional, just, like, two triangles and, like, a squiggly mouth. I wanted it to look kind of, like, broken and cracked and just, like, wicked, you know, just, like, Halloweenish, basically. And now, as you can see, I've started painting my neck. I originally was just going to do orange all the way down, but I, for some reason, decided to fade it from yellow to orange. I don't really know why. I don't know if it was because of candy corn or because I wanted it to look like a sunset or what. I don't know. I just had the idea, so that's the way I did it. And now I'm putting, like, purple and orange around my mouth, I guess, to make it look kind of, like, bruised and just kind of, like, make the color, like, cohesive with the rest of it. And now I'm painting my little hills for my Halloween background. My daughter likes to be in all my makeup videos, and she likes to see how I do my makeup, so there she is. She made me paint her face, as you can see. And so now I'm just making the hills look not as crappy, I guess. Putting the final outline on them, making them look a little bit more finished. And now I've started painting the haunted house, I guess, castle, whatever that is that you always see in all those little Halloween scenes. I had a little Halloween background on my phone that I was looking off of to see the, like, how I should shape it, basically, just to make it a little bit easier. I'm not super good at doing stuff off of memory, so I had to have that to look to see how I needed to do it. And it's super hard when you're doing this stuff on yourself because you have to use a mirror, you can't see anything that you're doing, you know, so it's a lot harder than it looks. I didn't think it was going to be that difficult to begin with, honestly, and then as I kept going, I found out it's a lot harder than it looks. I've painted on myself before, but not really anything quite that detailed, and it was definitely a challenge. But I think it was definitely worth it. And now I'm just drawing the little, like, windows on the haunted house. I decided to do it that way and then color the black in around it. That way it wasn't picking up black on my brush all the time, because it's hard enough to do from that angle, as you can see, as opposed to having to worry about washing my brush off every 2 seconds, you know? So just coloring them in, putting the little lights everywhere. And then after that, I'm going to go in with the black. That's what I'm doing now. You can just go in around the windows, you know, and fill in the gaps, kind of. Just get it on there, you know. however you need to do it. Oh, and then of course when your child comes over and wants you to build or to paint a castle on them, you have to build a castle on them. She wants to be just like mommy all the time, and I am okay with it. So now I'm just filling in the black, and I just kind of cut that part out because it just took forever. Now I'm putting the big moon in the middle of my chest that you see in the picture. It started with like a lighter yellow, and then I ended up mixing the yellow with the white just to get it to pop a little bit more, because it just wasn't really showing up that well on top of the orange background. So I figured if I mixed in a little bit of white with it that it would work a little bit better, and it did. So just paint that on there, get it on as best you can, and then obviously once things dry they kind of change color, so you might have to go over it a couple times to get the look that you want or whatever, but eventually you'll get it and it'll be fine. I think getting it to be like a perfect circle was the hardest part, because it's just not easy when you're doing it on yourself. Stuff like this is easier when you're doing it on other people, but then when you're doing it on yourself, it's kind of a challenge, because it's like I said, you have to look off in a mirror the whole time, so you're doing everything backwards, and it's rough, but we get there. So now I'm painting the little headstones and the cross on top of my hill. I'm just trying to get like a really like Halloween type background on it. And unfortunately, I had my mirror in front of the video a lot without knowing it, so you couldn't really see what I was doing. But obviously, when I pulled the mirror away, you can see what happened. And now I'm painting little bats, which was actually way harder than it looks because of the paintbrush that I was using. It was like super long and thin, and I guess I would have needed like probably should have used like a shorter, more stiff brush to make it easier. But whatever, I made the best with what I had, you know. And so I finished my little fence, and I added another headstone, and now I'm doing all the little pumpkins on the bottom. I added some fog on tops of the hills, as you can see too. Just mixed in a little bit of gray. And now I'm doing, it didn't look like complete to me, so I was adding like these like tree branches, I guess, that come down from, I guess they're supposed to like attach from my mouth, but they come down from like the bottom of your chin, you know. And it just looks like, kind of like trees, like framing a Halloween scene. I don't know, it just seemed to like tie the whole thing together to me. It was like a last minute. I didn't know I was going to add that. But I think it worked out. And now there's the finished look. So if you guys liked it, then let me know. Let me know what you want to see next. Thank you!